Hey there, welcome back. I'm Courtney, also known as Self-Care Creature, and I am here to help you raise your self-worth, deepen your intuition so that you can live a truly fulfilling life, honoring who you really are in this world. And in this series, we're going to be talking about what are the hardest things about showing up and supporting yourself. I asked this on Instagram recently. I got an overflow of response. I know that we are all struggling with this. It's fucking hard to show up for ourselves. So let's dive into all these different responses so that you can know that you are not alone in this shit. Are you ready for this one? Hardest things about showing up in supporting yourself. Getting over my anxious attachment style that tricks my brain into thinking that I need to work around my husband's schedule and not do anything in any way that might inconvenience him. I feel this. I feel this a lot because I had a partner that I was constantly trying to work my schedule around, and I definitely didn't want to inconvenience him at all. And I just want to remind you, it sounds like this particular person said they have mentioned they have an anxious attachment style. I haven't read the book or dove into the different types of attachment just yet. So that is one way that it sounds like this person already knows how to support themselves. So maybe looking into the different types of attachment styles and the recommendations within that space. But more specifically to what I can offer in advice is that what I really see here is that this takes open communication and communicating with your husband that this is your tendency, and your tendency is to constantly feel like you have to move around him and just be to his convenience and be available for him, and allowing him to maybe give you a little bit of space, or reminding him, asking if he can give you some encouragement and just reminders that, hey, like, I don't even know exactly specifically what that looks like, but just asking of your partner to remind you that the pressure is off. I think that helps a lot, because I personally get in my head and I make up stories about what other people think of me or expect of me, and so much to the point, because codependency issues run very deep, that I don't necessarily even know that I'm doing it on a conscious level. So having somebody to be able to recognize that or know that about me and say, hey, I just want to remind you, pressure's off, like, you can just do your own thing, you're not conveniencing me at all, I love you, I think the work that you're doing is really beautiful in this world, or whatever it may be, that can just help me to be like, oh yeah, like, cool, I'm here with myself. And so having those bigger conversations that really can allow you to fully believe and know that the pressure is off is a really big one. But also, of course, I'm going to say spending time with yourself, and so that you can really notice what it feels like to be in your zone. Because personally, when I start to get those thoughts in my head and I start feeling like I'm moving around somebody else or that I'm inconveniencing another person, I'm very much out of my own body. I'm thinking of other people, and I'm not tuned into what are my own needs. Am I being realistic? And so constantly just asking that question too. Is this true? And this is a challenging one, like these old sticky habits that we're trying to shift and make our way out of. It can just feel so exactly that, sticky and stuck. But as with anything, noticing is the first step. The awareness here is very beautiful and on point. And noticing first, and then we can start working to shift. But just a gentle reminder that it takes communication, particularly when we're working with other people. Please do not convince yourself that this is you. Because even though it is you in partnership, that is what a partnership is about. It's showing up and meeting, learning how to be able to support one another through communication. I think that's all that I'm going to say about that at this point. I hope that it resonates. Feel free to let me know what you think.